So SmackDown happened. Yeah, hi already, folks. Yeah, it's time for your SmackDown review. Very late, very out of date. Um, I don't know much to really say about SmackDown. SmackDown it's just a boring show. I had other things to do, so I didn't have time to really record this. And it doesn't help that now learning that SmackDown is gonna stay 3 hours. I just can't help to say that, oh God, like why? So Cena was on the show along with Cody or whatever, but like that's was really it. We just literally had to wait like I guess the end of 3 hours, which by the way they had to rush because they don't know how to freaking pace themselves, even with a 3 hour freaking show for crying out loud. Whatever. The show started with Bianca Belair. Bianca said, she freaking says Knoxville is more than where she is born. It's where she feels safer after to these people that always support her and she can heal. And then for some again appealing to the crowd that no one can relate to by playing some stupid music that no one fucking cares for. I don't know. She's so happy she's back or whatever. And she could have put everything that she had before behind her after suffering her first Mania lost and whatever the fuck. So much for her main. If now her first Mania loss, where she lost in a triple threat, and whatever. Naomi interrupts. She interrupts and says she wants Bianca to forgive her and how they can move forward. And she revealed how she went to her Bianca's parents' home, but no one was home. And she looked in a scrapbook of Bianca. So it kind of feels like some sus shit right here, like some fucking soccer shit. Like I thought, like what? You would think like this is becoming some Mickey James type of relationship type of deal where she becomes some weird stalker type of thing, but basically that's not what they're doing. I don't know. Whatever. Then Bianca says if she ever gets near her family, what she will do something worse than what she did to Jade Cargill. Eventually Jade Cargill comes out after I think something happened to like eventually Naomi. I don't know. But then Jade Cargill shows up, and then we get our first match with Naomi defeating Jade Cargill and Nia Jackson, a triple threat to qualify for the Money in the Bank. This happened. We see Chelsea Green that she's injured her nose, and yeah, which was pretty reckless on Zelina Vega's part. And now we're getting eventually it's just gonna be one of her henchmen versus Zelina Vega. We then see Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, how she's like, oh, she's uh, respond to how she was compared, how, oh, she may be new, but she's already at the tiffy top or whatever. She gets confronted by Naomi. He's like, proceed with caution, because I might cash in on you. You've been on door on my side for very long, and who the hell cares? Then we see, then we eventually see Alexa Bliss interrupts and says that you should be worried about her winning or me winning or whatever. Why is this match happening? Okay, like why is this happening? This freaking match. No one knows who Javon Evan is unless you watch NXT. And why are they having this happen? Like just to promote stupid AAA, and I don't get this and their stupid Worlds Collide show. I don't know. It just makes no sense. Oh yeah, backstage we had R-Truth confronting. He gets confronted by Solo and the New Bloodline with JC Mateo because he was like acting dumb, and then basically I don't know. R-Truth wanted to teach a lesson to JC Mateo, who thinks he's like his son or something, even though he looks more older than R-Truth. And then eventually we see R-Truth gets. So by the time this video is recorded, R-Truth is released by the WWE. So this was sadly his last match, and this is just a squash match, sadly. Which really, whatever. And, oh, what the fuck is this? Eventually, we see all the stupid tag teams come out after what happened with the Y6, and the Y6 just beats them up. Just basically the same shit from last week. But just, get it, it's a little copy and paste, but we're gonna change it a little bit, even though no one freaking cares. We then see the Y6, and they said they're gonna get what they're owed. With Uncle Howie, I don't care. Legado del Fantasma, I think. Yeah, they defeated Javon Evans and Ray Phoenix. So much for that. Like to promote, like they're not even good. So much for Javon Evans. They debut. I don't know, and then he's supposed to be like in the North American title match. Like whatever. I'm gonna stop from showing stupid pictures because I don't know, this my end's not working properly. Zelina Vega defeats Alba Fire, whatever. Then Julia has her eyes on her. There was a pre-packaged promo with Julia, how it's gonna be who's the question's who will stop me and whatever. It's just, I'm just like, there's too many people in this roster, and it's like a bunch of like, people are going to be lost in the shuffle, that's for sure. We then see Damian Priest, how he puts over McIntyre, says like, he doesn't like him, but like can't stand him, but he liked that how he gave him a fight of his life and prove how he's like tough or whatever. But now he will set his eyes on Jacob Fatu. Then eventually we see Andrade defeating Jacob Fatu and Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat to qualify for the Money in the Bank. The Bloodline accidentally cost the match with Jimmy. Oh yeah, Jimmy tried to help R-Truth or whatever earlier. I don't know, but the fact that Jacob Fatu lost the match is just, I mean, my question is, yeah, it's just like Andrade winning that stupid match, and like really they're doing Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. Like, give me a break. They had something also with Miz and Carmelo. Like, who the fuck cares? Yeah, LA Knight, he showed up and was like, I'm gonna be in the Money Bank. Yeah, doesn't matter who's in the Money Bank. I'm gonna win the Money Bank. Yeah. And then we see Cody comes out. He's like, get it, I respect John, but I don't like what he did, and I will not hesitate anymore, John. I will not hesitate anymore, John. And like whatever, it's like shut up. And guess who's coming out? Because I respect the most. This Jey Uso. Jey Uso comes out, and then John Cena basically just comes out and kind of buries Logan. He kind of just buried. That's the funny thing. He comes out and says how both both Cody and Jey wishes that they were John Cena. How, you're just professional wrestling's biggest wannabes. Like, y'all just pretenders when he's actually something. Y'all just nothing but John Cena wannabes. You both want to be so bad, it makes me sick. It's desperate, and y'all just lazy. And then y'all just mad that Logan Paul does WWE better than professional wrestlers. And then Logan Paul says, I could walk on water. And y'all would just say, I can't swim. Which is like the truth. Because, like, there's people that would say he can't wrestle and shit like that. So, even though he literally does it better. So that's the truth. And then eventually, like, they decide to leave. But then Cody Rhodes said something like, oh, what are you trying to do? We're going to go look at your Peacemaker or something. Which I don't get the line. And that for some reason made Cena and Cody angry, or Cena and Paul angry, which whatever. Eventually, Cena and Logan Paul they attacked. There's a little brawl ensued, but then eventually the babyface stand tall, which makes Cena and Paul look weak, and they were rushing because they were running out of time, which. Again, that's their freaking fault for not knowing how to write a 3-hour show. This was the only good thing of the show, really. Not necessarily good. It was good. Cena and Logan Paul spoke the truth. It just sucked that I don't know, the show was rushed. So it was an okay ending. But overall, the show was pretty boring. So that was SmackDown. SmackDown was pretty boring for the most part. And Cena and Logan Paul spoke the truth. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.